Good morning, fellows and fairies. Welcome to another episode of Tale of Immortal tutorial and a guide. Today we're gonna talk about skills, how to level them up, how to get inner points, and how you enlighten them, and then what the synergy is between the skills. If you got time allowed, I'll tell you where to get resources for them as well. Let's head start to the skills. Okay, first of all, what are the skills in this game? Skills in this game have two parts. One is the I call it combat skills, where you use in the combat. The second part is your mind skills, which is these skills. If you play the game, you know what they are. I call it inner art or passives. Yeah, basically what happens is you equip this and they bring a passive bonus to your stats. Firstly, I will talk about all the combat skills. Yeah, and there are 4 combat skills. They're all very distinct to each other. And then one is still your normal attack skill or the martial spirit skills. The reason it's called martial spirit skills is because martial means you doing physical weapon skills, and spiritual means you're doing elemental skills. There's a difference between that, because on one of breakthrough talents, there's one benefit specific to martial and one benefit specific to spiritual. So that's why it's a little bit distinct between the two. And then you will have which is this is normal attacks, your left mouse button, and then you have this special or supreme skills, which is your right mouse button. That's have a basic cooldown of 13 seconds. Then your movement skill or evasive skill, that's a 20-second base cooldown. That just normally is movement or have kind of evasive attribute to it. And lastly is the your ultimate, which is a big damage and skills. Normally it's area effect skills, and it deal quite a lot of damage, and it's a 1 minute cooldown. Okay, so that's the 4 combat skills. Now we move to the mind skills. Okay, here's the save with all the mind skill encrypted, and then there's 8 slots, and you can only equip 8 different mind skills, which is one is attack, defense, physical resist, elemental resist, maximum spirit power, maximum stamina or health point, and maximum divine sense, which is your sense when you eat your pills, and lastly your critical strike chance. And in terms of these 8 mind skills here, I do separate them into two categories or 2 groups here. One group is the general 5, which is attack, defense, 2 maximum spirit, maximum stamina, and a maximum sense. And the last 3 is, and the other group is your elemental resist, physical resist, and the crits. The reason I separate those is, firstly, you can get the resistance one plus the crit one from your sect. They're always in the top of the pavilion. You can get this from there. These 3. Oh, you can always get this from your sect, and they are very good quality. And secondly, is they normally relate to your path. For example, this is the blade ones. So when you enlighten them, if we choose the physical resistance one, the comprehensive point required is your specific path you choose. Specific aptitude you choose. However, for the other general 5, they are different. Firstly, they're not specific to any paths, so you can all take the benefit. But some have a little bit. Some attack maybe have a. Let me check the attack ones or defense ones. Some attack or defense ones maybe relate to a specific path, but generally it's not. But when you like them, it entirely depends on your comprehension plus average combat aptitude. So that's why I separate those into 2 groups. So it's general 5 and the specific 3. Okay, now let's go to the combat skills in detail. Yeah. You can get, obviously by this point you should know that you can get your manuals and books for, ooh, what the heck, red books first time. You can get your books in the pavilion, yeah, from there, or in the town. In the town you can get your get all your skill books, yeah. And then for higher quality, generally you get from your sex top level, and then also winning the auctions, yeah. The difference between the skill levels are the higher the quality, you get more descriptions. Okay, here's the another save, which is sword build. You can see I got two different attack skills, and one is a yellow quality, one is a purple quality, and this purple quality only have 6 descriptions, but if you can see so you can see only 6 descriptions, but these yellow ones have 8, and the red ones generally have 10 or to 11. Yeah, it depends on your realm level. So it's always important to get a higher quality one. So once you higher quality one, you can unlock all these descriptions, and that will give you benefit to your skills. So increase the damage, increase your range, all kind of stuff. Yeah. So to unlock these descriptions, yeah, which you can see the skill have its own experience. Yeah. The way to gain this experience, you can either gain it from battle, or you can gain it from cultivation here. Yeah, I'll show you one example. Okay, here we are in the battle. I just equipped my purple skill. Okay, I just done the battle. You can see after the end screen of each battle, you can see you get this skill experience. You can see how much you gain from that battle. The key here is the only way to gain the experience is by using them. Yeah, and in terms of using, then it depends on the cooldowns. Yeah, so if you don't use skill in the battle, you don't get any experience. Yeah, and if you don't get damage, you won't gain any experience in your defense skills, elemental defense, physical resistance, and also your defense. So some skills are easier to gain experience, some are hard in battle. For example, your primary attack will gain it the most fastest because you use it a lot, you use it every second, and then also your specials. But your movement skill and your ultimate are very difficult because you don't use so much in the battle. So therefore you have to cultivate. You have to use this cultivation screen to cultivate your skills. Yeah, one more point is the lower the quality are, the less skill experience required. So you see this one, the last one requires 5,000. The first one on this purple skill is only requires 600. Yeah, so obviously you want better quality ones. Therefore you need farm quite a bit. But it depends, because if you in a lower difficulty level, you progress pretty quick. So even you haven't unlocked all the descriptions, you already go to next realm, then it's not worthwhile to cultivate this or level this up, because your skill upgrade is faster than you actually unlock them. Unless you want to play it just slowly, and then it completely depends on your play style. Right, let's go to cultivation. How to do that? To cultivate, you need stones or soul crystal, soul stone, and soul jade or something. It depends on your realm level. So all you need to spend days. You drag this bar and then you click cultivation. That will unlock this. Yeah, it's one description unlocked. The normally let me pick up red one. So normally for red one you have 10. Yeah, you have 10. So the first 4 require the lower grade soul crystal. The next 4 requires a mid grade, and the last 2 requires a higher grade. How to get these stones is obviously the lower grade and mid grade generally can farm from the mobs and the instance. If you have excessive, you can refine or synthetic in the workshop in town. Basically it's a 1 to 5 ratio, so 5 lower to 1 mid, and 5 mid to 1 top grade. Yeah, high grade. So basically, this is the grind part of the game. You have to grind loads of, especially on higher difficulties, you have to grind a lot of them just to unlock all these descriptions. Then you are more powerful. Yeah, also need to mention that when you look at different grades, yeah, if you look at skills, when you light them, let's say, if it shows this can only comprehend entry purple and description at the most. But when you see a real one is orange, and if a red one, and it's red, yeah. Let me show you what the difference are. They are quite different. Okay, here we are. Yeah, here we are. Okay, let's see the difference. Yeah. So on this, for example, on these finger skills, I have some descriptions blue, I have some descriptions purple, and I have some description orange. I have some descriptions red. You can see these two descriptions are similar, and the blue ones, the maximum you can get is 7%, but for the red one is 15%. So you're talking about double the damage. If I manage to enlighten this to a purple or red one, it will go up above 10% or something. So it is pretty big difference between red and blue or lower quality. So you want to get a higher level skill quality, so you can roll all different. For green ones you max at 4%. So you do want to get higher qualities. Yeah, higher the qualities, you get the most out of it. For example, the cooldown on this one is 46%. That's a very significant. The crit chance, you get big difference, especially the attack ones. Yeah, if you look at the attack ones, the red can go up to 34, the blue can only be 12, green is 7. So you can see that's like triple. The jump is big. Yeah, so you want to get higher qualities, but when you light them, you need loads of resources and then gold. So you need to grind a bit. That's the grind part of this game, really. So how you light them, I'll show you an example. For example, I got a skill, all the description unlocked. Then I go in light. Click Enlightment. That will randomly, basically roll every description, and then you can see this one. That's a good roll. That's a good roll. That's a normal roll. That's alright. Then you have the chance to backtrack. Yeah, you have a chance to backtrack. So obviously you backtrack to good ones. Yeah, but in here you need to be careful. Yeah, because the red quality one costs you 105 backtrack points, which is a lot. And you need to prioritize the most important one first. For example, for blade skill, range is very important. You do range first, and then I would say the next one is cooldown time. Yes, cooldown time. That's the next one. You backtrack this one, and then maximum layer. For example, the green quality and gray quality the same, so I don't need to do that one. Then the next one is I would say the next one is all units. Yeah, I think all units benefit more than the elite units. I would go this one, and then all units, another one, all unit, another all units. Let's go that one. Then you see how much you left. You got 89 points left. You got two choices here. One is just backtrack this common units. One is backtrack these elite units. 5% to 10%, 5% to 11%. I would go for that one because common units, it's at late stage when you get so strong, it's barely do any difference. So the elites, the quicker the kill is, the better. So this is the backtrack. Then you choose all the backtracks. You exhaust all your points, and then you click OK. Yeah. So here you got a better build of your skills, skills matrix. But how you get your backtrack points, this is important. Yeah, you can only get your backtrack points from comprehension and your respective aptitude or spirit, talent. Yeah, so this is where the importance comes about. Why comprehension is very important, because you can't get this later on in the game. You can only get this by character creation. And you can only get this by certain talents, certain breakthrough talents, and that's it. That's only two sources. That's it. You want higher comprehend level, yeah. and the current game unlocked to 351 aptitude, so you limit it to this level. Yeah, so that's why the higher the comprehend level and the higher the skill level, the better. Yeah. So you want to pump your skill level to top as much as you can before you Enlight, so you get more out of it. And also you want to unlock all the descriptions to Enlight. Yeah. Although I think the Enlight, then you got less description, you don't cost much, but I mean, if you want to do it, then you better just do it in one go. Now here's one thing I need to mention, as I mentioned in the mind skills. So when you light all these 5 general mind skills, they are the comprehension plus average combat aptitude. So this is the most important bit when comprehension comes in. So this character got 200 because I got talent. I rolled really good, and initials, this is the maximum you can get for character at the moment. So it's actually a bit unfair, I would say. There's a little bit beneficial to the weapon path, yeah, because on weapon path you have a higher combat aptitude, yeah. So then you get more backtrack points on the combat one. But if you're actually doing a special elemental build, so you barely have so much physical aptitude, and therefore when you light these general 5 mind skills, and you have very low average combat aptitude, and plus your comprehension. So you only have probably 200. I would say 200. And for red one, you can only backtrack 1 or 2 descriptions. So so actually, I think playing weapons are slightly easier than spiritual, but you still can build up your weapon aptitude while you're playing a spiritual path. So you don't sell your fruits, you just eat all of them to increase all your any weapon skills to make it increased average. I think they need to work on this, yeah, the game development team, to take all average or something like that. Otherwise it's a bit unfair. Okay, now let's go to the synergies. Yeah, so and the general logic is for all the different builds. Yeah, for this character I got a sword, blade, and fingers for all different builds. And obviously if you're gonna go blade path, you want to go use a blade and normal skill and plus a blade special skills. And when you do that, yeah, there's synergies and also ultimate, yeah. And for each of the skills, yeah, there's 2 different type of ultimate for school class. There's three type of martial skills, and then 2 type of movement skills, and a 6 type of special skills. Yeah, so 6, 3, 2, 2. The movement skill, the difference is either this movement provide critical protection, or this movement still provide additional movement speed here. So it's not much of a difference for the movement one. And then the synergies come from your ultimate and your special and your normal attack skills. So what they are is normally to trigger your ultimate, you need special requirements. So for example, for this ultimate, you will need to use this ultimate. You need equip the finger stunt or special, which lose psychic power or spirit power from enemy. When they lose every 25, you get a stack of weakness. The translation actually means spirit weakness or invulnerability. So then you got 10 invulnerability, and then you can use these skills. So basically you need cause enemy to lose spirit to make yourself have these stacks of spirit weakness or invulnerability. Then you can use this ultimate. Then how you make your target lose mana, then you have to use your specials. Your special, whenever triggers detonate a target's internal emptiness, and it will cause target to lose 33 spiritual power. Yeah, And then your finger skill, on the third description, you see there's a 27 stack chance to stack a layer of internal emptiness. Okay, let's have a battle with the boss, and then you see how this synergy works. So let's me attack the boss. You can see he got his internal emptiness, and I use my special. You can see this blue one that's drop his spirit, so it cost me to stack this what we call it, invulnerability, and then you can use the ultimate. So this is synergy, yeah. This is synergy. This is another save with a lightning or thunder build, yeah. So you can see on the third description is a turbulent flow, and then your special will release the turbulent flow to instant kill the target. If I explain this ultimate, it's basically when there is a monster killed by turbulent, then it leave a mark on the floor, and then you can use, after two marks, you can use this ultimate. Then you can use this ultimate. The logic is your normal attack build a buff or debuff on you or your attack or your enemy. Then you special detonate either of them, to either leave something on the floor or have a buff on yourself. Then you can trigger your ultimate from it. Yeah, so that's the logic. And there's one special one, which is the sword one. Okay, let me show the sword one. The sword ultimate requires a sword remains on the battle to use it. So whenever you use to create that sword remain, you have to use your movement skill, and that remains that drops a sword remain. After you got 2 of them or 3 of them, let me see, 2 of them, then you can use your ultimate. You see, then you can use your ultimate. Yeah, so that's a little bit different than the other 2. Yeah, generally, most of the skills are required a detonation to cause your ultimate to cast. But sword, one of these sword build one is slightly different. Yeah, slightly different. Okay, now let's talk about synergies with passive and mind skills. If you look at your passive mind skills, generally the synergy comes from your physical resistance, magical resistance, or elemental resistance, and your criticals, or critical ones. Yeah, because they directly come from your cult sect, and also they directly benefit your main skills. So generally is the one you want is increase either your attack skills and range, or could reduce the cooldown, or increase the stacks. Yeah, stacks of the buff or debuffs. And for crits, they are benefits for your skills. So it is when you make a build, it is important to think about the synergies. So therefore, when you're buying your skill menus, you have to look at it in detail to see if actually it brings the synergy. For example, in this shop floor, it sells 2 finger books. One is special, one is weapon skills. If you see the third description on this finger one, it's called open post. But if you see the special, it does use open post, then that's a good synergy. You can buy these 2 to play together. And then if you look at the fire one, this causes enemy to have a burning soul. Yeah, and then this one is burning. So these 2 doesn't synergy at all. So you don't want to buy these 2. Or you try to find another special somewhere else, yeah, to match your normal attack skills. This is where you're from, yeah. But I suggest you always choose from your ultimate. Generally requires what's going on? For example, the spears one, it requires 1 Gunsha, and then you need to find skills that bring the Gunsha, so you can actually use this ultimate, because you always can get a good best quality ultimate in your sect. So you want see your ultimate first, then decide which special you want to go, then you decide which weapon skill you want to go, or martial skills you want to go. Yeah, so this is logic. And if you're lucky, your scrolls and your art menus are applied to those. Sometimes it doesn't synergy with your ultimate, but that's the way to go. Basically that's unlock. You have to go with it first, and if you're lucky you can get it from your auction. Okay, the last topic I would like to mention is how to equip these mind skills. To equip mind skills you require Dao points. To get the Dao points there's two ways. One is you convert your Dao experience to Dao points. Let me show you the other route. Basically I got 10 this Dao heart. It's called Dao heart. These Dao fruits, you use them and each of them give you 10 points. It depends the quality. There's this 4th grade, and there's a 3rd grade you generally can get in current patch, and then you get those by doing the ascension event. The town there's ascension event. You can sign up when you reach gold core in the 2nd state. The top 3 will get rewarded by these Dao hearts, and then they reward you this rank 4. The top place will reward 6 of them if you're winner, so that's 60 Dao points for when you reach a nascent soul, and that will reward you the 3rd grade. The 3rd grade, each fruit give you 35 Dao points, and the 6th of them is 180, which is a lot. So you would want to attend this ascension event as much as you can. And then so this is the one way. The other way is getting this experience. How to get the experience? You can get it from Jew cultivation, or you get it from Dao debate. You can do a Dao debate and you answered the question correctly. Okay, so that reward you this Dao experience 6,000. If you answer the question correctly. If you answer the question correctly, then you can convert this experience into Dao points. I think that's the best way to gain these Dao points. So you find a friend, you talk to them, and then you get the hearts built up. Then you can debate with them. You always want to choose the state level higher than you, or same as you. You don't want to debate with the one lower than you, so you get less points. So you always try to choose the one higher on or same state with you. I do suggest you use debates as your priority route than Spa or cultivate, because debate only costs you I think 5 days in your time. Spa doesn't cost you days, but it gives not a lot, and same as you cultivate, and unless you need this stage progress, otherwise you don't want to cultivate. It doesn't gain too much and it costs you a very long time, but it depends on player. If you want to have a good relationship with different ladies, if you play good, there's loads of friends with you, and then they will come to and debate, or they will come to you for Spa and do cultivate, so you don't need too much of it to spend yourself, and every month's end you get lots of them, so you don't need to worry too much about them. Make sure you attend the ascension event, and then every odd year when there's an auction, make sure you are full energy before you go in there, so you can see loads of people in town. You can find that people have a higher state than you. Then you can have a chat, get good at them, and then you can debate with all of them for the first 2 months, because people will stay here, and that's very good points. Once you've done the auction, that's very good point. Just do so much debate and just farm a lot of these Dao points, and that will make your life easier, because at the end of the day, the more and the better of your mind skills or inner art skills, and then you basically whole stats of your character increase. That's the overall improvements. So so you'll be stronger. For the last part of this episode is where you farm this resource to cultivate or enlighten your skills. So general logic is you farm this soul jade, soul stones, from the normal mob killing in your area, and then to farm the Enlightment dust. This is a tricky one. The Enlightment dust. You you generally get it from your transition area between each map. Yeah, so the mob in here, mob in the South Mountains, mob in Eternal and Frostland give you that. And I do find there's a tricky bit here, yeah, and that's my secret. I didn't tell anybody yet. I haven't made a tip video for that. But if actually farming this in, for example, the laser, or I call it, it's actually translated to Thunder Swamp, yeah. So the entry area are actually harder than the exit area. So if you farm your dust here, Enlightenment dust here, at the same level, same skills here, you probably can one-shot mob here, but you couldn't do it here. I don't know if the designer actually purposely make this difficult for you to entry to get progress or something. I don't know why, but yeah, you better just farm it there, the end part. And this applies to same to these 10,000 mountains. The top area are actually easier than the lower area. I don't know why, but yeah, so you can farm a lot from there and get loads of your requirements and stones and gold and spirit stones. So you can get lots of. And another tip is okay, to farm all these grind all these stones, spirit stones, and then also the soul stones. The best way is actually you find a quest with killing a demonic beast. And you take the quest, and that will direct you to where it is. Yeah, and you enter it, and you start battle. Start killing them, and they've dropped loads of stones and stuff. So this is the last stage before the boss on this quest. Yeah. So after you've done this, you don't go engage the boss. You actually leave the instance, and that's you receive with this fight. Yeah. That's what you receive. And you see you get loads of soul jades. Yeah. And the mid quality there, and then you leave the battle. Then because it's still there, you didn't kill the boss, you can do it again, and that doesn't cost you any day to progress. So you can avoid all these month-ending screen cuts and stuff. So that's a very good way to farm your soul jade and all these soul spirit stones and stuff. You get loads of materials and stuff you can sell. And then yeah, so that's a very good way. You see, you get loads of this stuff you can sell. One last tip for you to farm the Enlightenment dust is that I forgot to mention it a moment ago. Is obviously you need to walk around these areas, let's say 10,000 mountains, to get attacked by the mob, and then you can get this dust. However, in the workshop, there's one called so the Eternal Ice Field, or 10,000 mountain attractors. So you get this talisman. Yeah, you buy this talisman and you use it for 3 months. You just walk around there. You get higher chance to attract mobs. So they will attack you more often than your farm efficiency is higher. Yeah, but make sure you bring enough pills. Yeah, because you don't have any means of recovery unless you eat pills. Okay. This concludes today's episode. Again, it's a lot of talk, and then I hope I make things clear with the skills and all the synergies, and then and they help you play the game. And thank you. See you next time, fellows and fairies. If you think my video helps, please make sure to like and click the subscribe button below. I will regularly upload all kinds of videos about this game. Have a lovely journey in this world, fellows and fairies. See you next time.